Hi. Some planetary combinations or yogas in the birth chart impart name, fame, wealth, authority, and position. According to previous karma, we experience a result in this Janma. So, let us analyze different chart of politician and let me explain various yogas or planetary combinations to become successful politicians. Only one planet or one house in the birth chart cannot form yoga. Yoga means placement, aspect, and combination or conjunction of planets and effects of stars. We can usually see 3-4 similar combinations or yogas in politicians' birth chart. Saturn will be well placed or strong in politicians' birth chart, or there may be Shasha Yoga formed. Shasha Yoga means Saturn will be exalted or in own house in the Kendras or in center houses. And 7th house and 10th house combination. 6th house combination to Lagna. Jupiter relation or connection to 9th house or Jupiter aspects to 9th house. Uranus placements in 6th house, 7th house, 10th house. Of course, 10th house should be strong because 10th house indicators name, fame, position, and authority. And second house connection to 10th house. Overall, Saturn will be well placed. 7th and 10th house combinations. 6th house connection or combination to Lagna. Jupiter relation or connection to 9th house. 10th house should be very strong. Uranus placement in 6th, 7th, and 10th house. Second house connection to 10th house. Let us analyze politicians' birth chart one by one. This is birth chart of Vajpayee, Virgo ascendant. Ascendant Lord Mercury placed in the 4th house. Saturn exalted in the 2nd house. 7th house Lord Jupiter and 10th house Lord Mercury placed in the 4th house. We can see here 7th house Lord and 10th house Lord combination conjunction in the 4th house. Being a 6th house Lord, Saturn third aspect to Lagna Lord from 2nd house. Here 10th house is very strong because being a 10th house Lord as well as Lagna Lord, Mercury aspects his own house, that is 10th house. Uranus placed in the 6th house, here 6th house is very strong. And 10th house Lord Mercury placed in 2nd house Lord Venus. And the Saturn aspects 10th house Lord from the 2nd house. Here we can see 2nd house and 10th house combination. This is birth chart of Indira Gandhi. In this chart we can see Cancer Lagna. Cancer Lagna Lord Moon placed in 7th house and Saturn placed in Lagna and Saturn placed in Kendra or center house from Moon as well as Lagna Lord and Saturn placed in own Navamsha. In the D9 chart, Saturn placed in own house. So we can say that Saturn is well placed and strong in this birth chart. And 6th Lord Jupiter placed in the 11th house and aspects 7th house, aspects Lagna Lord. So we can see here 6th and Lagna Lord connection. 6th Lord Jupiter aspects Lagna Lord. As I said, 10th house should be very strong to get name, fame, position and authority. So here you can see that 10th Lord Mars placed in the 2nd house, friendly house, and 10th Lord Mars is Vargottama. Vargottama means 10th Lord placed in the Leo sign in the Rashi chart, means in the D1 chart as well as in the D9 chart, in the Navamsha also. In the both the chart, 10th Lord Mars in the same sign. It is called Vargottama. So you have seen 7th and 10th house combination, 6th house and Lagna combination, Jupiter connection to 9th house, a strong or well placed 10th house, 10th lord, Uranus placements and connection to 2nd house to 10th house in the politician birth chart. Let us go for another politician birth chart. Placement of Uranus in the 10th house also very significant. This is birth chart of Deve Goda, Cancer ascendant, Cancer Lagna. In the 7th house, Kendrasthana, Saturn placed in own house. So here Shasha Yoga formed. And you can see conjunction of 7th Lord Saturn and 10th house Lord Mars in the D9 chart. Here 9th house is Pisces, Jupiter house. There is a connection 9th house to Jupiter. You can see here 6th Lord Jupiter and Lagna Lord Moon mutual aspects. 10th house is very strong in this chart because 10th house Lord Mars placed in the 2nd house, friendly house and Vargottama also. Vargottama means Mars placed in the Leo sign in the D1 chart as well as in Navamsha in D9 chart also. And the Uranus placed in the 10th house. So we can say that 10th house is very strong here. You can see in the Navamsha in the D9 chart mutual aspects of 2nd Lord Sun and 10th Lord Mars. This is birth chart of Narendra Modi ji. In this chart, 7th Lord Venus placed in the 10th house, Saturn in the Kendrasthana and 6th Lord Mars placed in the Lagna itself. Jupiter retrograde here. Jupiter will come back to previous house and aspects to 9th house. So there is a connection between Jupiter and 9th house. 10th house Lord Sun placed in the 11th house. From Moon also Sun placed in the 11th house. 11th house placement to Sun is very important. And one more thing we can observe that Shashi Mangala Yoga occurred in the Lagna. And 2nd house Lord Jupiter aspects 10th house. This is horoscope of D.K. Shivakumar. Ascendant is Aries, Aries Lagna. In the 10th house, Shasha Yoga formed. And the 10th Lord Saturn aspects, 3rd aspects to 7th Lord Venus. There is 8th aspects from Lagna Lord Mars to 6th Lord Mercury in the Navamsha in the D9 chart. 9th house is Sagittarius, so it is Jupiter house. There is a combination of 9th house to Jupiter. 10th house is very strong because Shasha Yoga formed in the 10th house here. Uranus placed in the 4th house with Lagna Lord Mars and aspects 10th house. So here Lagna and 10th house become strong. And Saturn aspects 2nd Lord Venus also.